Hi, I'm Peri Lyons, and the show is coincidentally called Peri Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic. How are you? It's great to see you guys. There is a new moon tonight. Well, it's the same old moon. It's rebranding. So one thing that's great to do on new moons is to make a list of intentions for yourself, for the world, and to concentrate on the intentions. I have one friend who likes to stare into a candle, and they're very nice about it in the asylum she's in. But she stares into a candle until she's really sort of in a trance state, and then speaks her intentions for the next month out loud. The new moon tonight is in Capricorn, and since Capricorn is about structure and achievement and prestige and, those are maybe good things to focus on. I wouldn't spend your whole life focused on them. But, they certainly make a nice plus. And I hope you guys have had a great week. What else? I was going to say something else about focusing on new moon in Capricorn. I know what it is. What else it's good for is if you want to be part of asylums, speaking of institutions, if this is a time that you want to get sort of a corporate job, or you want to sort of repackage yourself. I don't want to go in like this as I'm saying repackage yourself, but, do what you want. It's a good time to sort of repackage yourself as maybe more professional looking or wearing things with buttons. I don't know. Anyway, I hope I'm a little, excuse me. We just had the old carpet taken out and the new carpet put in, and I'm totally allergic to dust. So if I start sneezing pretty much all through the show, means nothing. It's been quite a week, and I've had a lot of emails and a lot of texts and stuff from people who are a little worried about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. And so, since if you're a regular viewer, and if you are, bless you, and if you're not, join us every week. We're on Moonstruck TV. I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm on Moonstruck TV, A1R Radio. You can watch me everywhere, although what you want to. But every week I do what we call, I'm doing it again. Royalty refers to themselves as we, even if it's just one person speaking. So I've been binging on The Crown all week. So I guess now I think I'm Princess Diana. So psychic weather is when I pull 3 tarot cards, which talk about the sort of the bigger picture, and also like our inner picture. So let's just go for it. I'm going to take a deep breath. Actually, you know what? I think that's a good thing for all of us to do. Oh, Rachel, I love that name. In Pekin, Illinois. I'll be with you in about 3.5 minutes. So be patient. And before I start, let's all drop our shoulders. People tend to carry a lot of stress in their neck and shoulders, especially right now. Close your eyes. Breathe all the way down into the bottom of your stomach. And then breathe out as though you're blowing out a candle like this. Slowly. So it's a really good thing to do if you're feeling a little anxious. Why would you be? So without further ado, here is completely randomly picked psychic weather for the week. Okay, we're going to start. That's nice. The first card, which refers both again to the bigger picture, like what's going on in our country, and what's happening in what are possibilities in each of our lives. The first one is the Lovers card. Now, the Lovers is not just what it seems to be about, which is, well, lovers. It's also about two opposite sides wanting to find a way to communicate in a civilized, nonviolent way. So, however, since, the big picture is nice, but I happen to be a person, and I'm assuming most of you out there are persons too, this does mean that if you're in a relationship, there's a strong chance that it's kind of getting the air back in its tires, if relationships have tires. But it signifies a resurgence in both your willingness to maybe be a little less judgmental about your partner or a little less adversarial. It means that you guys are going to start rediscovering the things that you first fell in love with. If you're single, it means, I don't know how you're going to meet them. I mean, maybe they'll parachute onto your balcony. Stranger things have happened. Okay, not much, but one way or another, you're going to reconnect or connect with a romantic interest. So I think that's fabulous, and a real one. Like, this is a big deal card. Whee! All right. Well, this week seems to be much better than I expected it to be. Okay, this card, which is about 3 days from now, midweek. This is the beginning of a cycle of contentment, love. If you want to get pregnant and you happen to be, let's say, a woman, this is a time when you could conceive. It can also refer to the birth of a new idea or project. Aces in tarot, as in poker, are always really good. We always like to see aces because they're the beginning of a sort of a step up in a new cycle. So this is a cycle of contentment, happiness, and, hey, love. So, I don't know, start painting a big arrow on your balcony if you have one that says, land here for a good time. This last card is always interesting to me. It's got a lot of meanings. As you can see, it's a young person sitting under a tree, and the person has 3 gold-filled, perfectly good cups in front of him, her, or it. And miraculously, out of the blue, a little hand in a glove. I guess it's a very tidy kind of miraculous hand, is offering this person a 4th cup. And the person is not so sure that this is the moment that they want a 4th cup. I don't know about you. I tend to say yes when hands from clouds offer me incredibly valuable vessels, but hey, that's just me. This can mean that either, since in numerology, the 4 represents a committed relationship in which you might be either marrying or creating a home together. It means that one or the other of you might be perhaps making excuses or might have a little fear of intimacy or or say he, she, it, they are not quite ready, guys love to say, I'm confused, which means I think I can still have a lot of sex with attractive other people. But if you hit them over the head with the cup, often they'll come around. But it does mean that if there's a decision to make in your life, don't put it off. Say yes, say no, but having that little hand follow you around the cup, it gets a little tedious, and eventually people start to talk. What this means in a bigger way is kind of what we've been seeing for the last little while, which is where somebody's kind of maybe refusing to accept the obvious, or that maybe they should just say, hey, it's not my cup for taking right now. Who knows in the future? But it's a time for decisions. And if you find yourself making excuses, or if you find yourself hearing the other person make excuses, knock it off. Or tell them to knock it off. And if they don't, there are plenty other men, women, gender of your choice, llamas, whatever out there. So, anyway, so that's the psychic weather for the week. And I'm sorry, was it Rachel? I love that name. So Rachel, hi, are you still there after all that? Let me just get some ginger ale. Hold on one second. I'm a little parched.
Here.
Oh, good. Hi, sweetie. I'm so glad you are.
Hi.
Would you like some ginger ale? So I like to connect with people through their birthdays. So if you could.
My birthday is September 17th.
Oh, it's a very good birthday. And you and I are exact opposites, born 6 months apart. Which is supposed to mean that we get along really well. So next time you're in New York City, give me a buzz.
All right.
It feels to me like you have kind of a specific question. Seems like it's at the top of your mind.
It just feels like my life has blown up.
And a lot of that going around.
I'm just wondering where to go from here.
To the left, and then straight, and then sideways. I'm not being facetious. There has been, I'm friends with a lot of astrologers, and all they're talking about is that there has been some stuff going on in the sky. About 3 weeks ago, I guess, two of the biggest, most influential planets there are, actually, I think it was on Christmas Day, came together. So it actually looked like the Christmas star over that little barn with the baby who changed everything. But apparently that hasn't happened for something like 600 years. And I'm finding that a lot of my clients are suddenly going like, who am I? Where am I? Why am I in Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the year, I lost my job, I'm about to lose my house, I'm having legal troubles, like, all at once.
Oh, honey. Well, my Buddhist friends, I've actually noticed this in my own life, too, because having gone through moments like that, which I hope this is the only time you ever go through this, weirdly, what I've noticed is, although it's absolutely horrifying at the moment, usually what it's doing is it's sort of clearing the decks for something better. Now, when I'm going through a really hard time and somebody says something to me like, you know what, Peri? Everything happens for a reason. I usually behead them.
And I'm a positive person, and I keep telling myself that this is clearing the way for new, but it's so hard to get through it.
Man, when you're in the middle of it, you can say that until your head turns blue. I will tell you, though, that in this case, there's a certain amount of truth to it. You weren't being paid enough or really appreciated enough at the job.
You sure was.
Also, yeah, you really weren't. And the job wasn't a good fit for you. I'm really sorry about your house. God, that just, oh, I feel for you. Oh. I think you've been thinking about moving anyway, though. I mean, I'm not trying to find a silver lining here. What I am trying to do is...
Because the house is old and it's falling apart, and the landlord doesn't want to do repairs, but it's like the job situation didn't help the moving situation.
I actually see you moving by, actually fairly soon.
I'm sorry.
I said I see you moving farther away than one would think. There are a lot of really nice houses I'm a New Yorker, so I don't think any place outside of New York actually exists, but apparently they do. I could see you moving to someplace in the Midwest or the South. And I've totally blanked out. I need to live in the Midwest, but I can see you moving to. I'm sorry, totally blanked out. Where are you calling from? I'm not quite normally this spacey. My fiance came in.
I'm in Illinois.
Yeah. So you're in Illinois. I can see you moving to Ohio, which I think is a good place for you. I could see you moving to Idaho. I could also see you. I don't think you'll even stay in Illinois that much. Are you staying there because of family ties, like your parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
My dream is to move to Florida.
Yeah. I would love to see you in a warmer climate, honey. And you have siblings. They can't help with your parents. I mean, you've been taking the brunt of the responsibility for much longer, and honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair. Do you have two siblings?
Just one adopted sister.
No. Well, I'm getting two. I'm sorry. Well, do you have a cousin or something? Are you one of those families where cousins feel like siblings? Anyway, I don't know why you're doing all the work here, but is your dad still with us, or has he transitioned? Are you, darling? Are you still there? Can you hear me? Did I say something wrong? You can move to Florida. I think we've lost the connection until we get our lovely Rachel back. Okay. I have a lot of Buddhist friends. I used to be really, for 10 years, I used to be really good friends with a rock singer named Courtney Love, who, despite what you might think, is one of the smartest, kindest people I've ever met. And she practiced this form of Buddhism in which you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo over and over again, kind of, oh, good. Hi, Rachel. I'm glad you're back. What I'm saying, though,
I was like, I didn't know what happened to you.
I didn't know it. Well, I did know it happened to you because I'm psychic, but and you're back, so no harm, no foul, honey. In the kind of Buddhism that, say, Courtney Love practices, Um, they say that when times like this, when everything falls apart at once, which in tarot we call the Tower card, they say that on the other side of this hard time are benefits so big that you kind of can't even imagine them yet. What you have going for you is A, you're bloody smart. B, people like you. Well, people who like the truth like you. People.
You're reading me very well.
Thank you. Well, it is my job. And I like you too. So, please play again. But I also think that you've been playing a little small. And I think that you can. I think your next job is not as far away as you think. What the heck?
I have one particular job in mind. Do you know if I'm going to get that one?
Does it have to do with communication and management at the same time?
No, I've been working in a warehouse. I drive for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with a big company, but there's a bigger company here, but you're not seeing that, huh?
I was thinking about the planet Mercury, which is very active in your chart right now. Mercury has to do with travel and communication. I just picked the wrong one. Sorry about that. Well, as I'm saying, I think you will be working steadily again by mid-March.
Okay.
And maybe sooner. The other thing, I really would move, and I would also take a little time for yourself because, girl, you work hard. Could you put on a pair of pajamas and go to bed for the weekend? Just take care of yourself. Take a bubble bath. You take care of everybody around you. Treat yourself like you're your own best friend. And if you ever want to get out of driving, you're extremely good at managing people. I'm just saying that because I think you could make twice as much money. You're a terrific driver. I'm nothing against that. Anyway, so come call again next Wednesday. Basically, what I want to tell you, Rachel, and then we'll go, is you're going to be fine by March. Things are going to be better than they've been for about 2.5 years. So keep that in mind, okay?